Hello everyone. So, since last 16 to 18 months, we are witnessing the COVID pandemic, which has impacted our social, economical, environmental, and technical dimensions. But have you ever thought of using it in our essays or general studies answers? If your answer is no, then this video is important for you. Hello everyone, I'm Vijay, and in this video, we would be seeing how can we use the COVID pandemic in our GS and essay papers. So before moving further, let's see the need of value addition aspects like COVID pandemic. So firstly, they make your answers better and enriching from the others. Secondly, they help you to get that extra 1 mark in each question, which itself has capacity to boost your score by almost 20 plus mark in each paper. And this 20 plus marks can actually decide your cadre service and your main score as well. Next questions comes is where we can find this value addition content. It can be found in the newspapers, it can be found via web articles, and in order to make your life easier, we have created telegram channels where we provide you the daily value addition content, which can be directly used in the our mains papers to make your answers, as I said, better and enriching. Okay, so let's start. Yes, and before starting, let me tell you that this PDF related to COVID related aspects would be shared in the Telegram channels, whose link would be provided in the description. So you don't need to jot this down. And another thing is, I'll not go into much detail analysis of these facts. I'll rather focus to make you aware about the usage of these facts in our questions. ठीक है. So first is related to case of women. So this report by NCW has highlighted that gender based violence has been increased. So this fact can be used to highlight the reason behind the to highlight the COVID as a reason to in to rise of gender based violence. And secondly, this fact can also be used to highlight the impact of COVID on the woman. ठीक है. So this can be used in society related papers or society related questions along with the essays. Second comes the climate change. So this fact that in China lockdown related measures have resulted in reduction in CO2 and nitrogen oxide emissions. So this fact can be used to mention the impact of transport on the climate change. Third is related to the environmental pollution. So in areas like Jalandhar, the Himalayas became visible again first time since decade due to improvement in air quality. So this example can be used to highlight the impact of urbanization, as I mentioned here, impact of urbanization on the environmental features like Himalayas. ठीक है. So next comes the marine pollution वाला aspect. So here there are two aspects. One is positive and second is negative. So positive aspect is that this COVID pandemic has led to the lesser marine pollution due to less trade. And on the other hand, negative aspect is that the COVID pandemic has led to decrease in the global trade. So you can use this as per the demand of the question. Okay. So moving next, the case of federalism. Again here we can see the positive and negative aspects as well. So in positive aspects, we can use this example of cooperation of Maharashtra and Kerala to highlight the good example of interstate cooperation. And in the negative aspects, we have seen various examples like CM Relief Fund, which were not qualified as a CSR unlike the PM Care, then lack of adequate and regular GST compensation, along with center overriding the states via the Disaster Act. So these examples are negative in connotations, and the Kerala Maharashtra wala was positive. So we can use this accordingly in the federalism related questions. Okay, so moving further, health related aspect. As I have already posted in the Telegram channel, thanks to the COVID, we can expect good number of health related questions in one or the other way. So we can use that the COVID pandemic has highlighted the drastic need to increase India's health GDP, and it has also highlighted the need to work upon the primary healthcare facilities. Okay. Next comes the education wala part. Online education was very much in news since the start of pandemic, but equally important is the issue of digital divide. So we can use the digital divide wala aspect to highlight that COVID pandemic has highlighted the need of bridging gaps like digital divide. So there was one clipping which was shared in the Telegram channel. It highlighted the report by Education Ministry, which actually talked about the facts related to digital divide. So kindly go through it. Next comes the local self-government. So Kerala model of local self-government was very much in news. You can use it as a good example of Panchayat Raj. ठीक है. Next comes the judiciary. So there were two cases where active actions by judiciary were witnessed. First was criticizing election commission by Madras High Court. ठीक है. For political campaigning, for inaction against the political campaigning, and second was the judiciary's direction to Center for Effective and Efficient Vaccine Policy. So this can be used as the example of judicial activism, how judicial activism can help the citizens. Next comes the issue of poverty. So this report has suggested that the middle class may have shrunk, but number of poor have risen. So this can be used to highlight that COVID has resulted to increase in poverty. So moving further, case of the development sector. So development sector, NGOs and charity organizations were very much in news due to the COVID pandemic related relief measures, and therefore we can use this example. You can use the aspect that NGOs and charity organizations played a very important role amidst the COVID pandemic. Now, the case of IR. So, SARC fund was created during the pandemic, so and to have the facilitation of COVID related measures across the members. So this can be used as the good example of regionalism. Along with that, it can also be used to highlight the need and importance of SARC related SARC like regional initiatives. Next comes the vaccine diplomacy by India. So India basically provided vaccines to neighbors as well as the African countries. So this aspect can be vaccine diplomacy related aspect can be used to in question of neighbors as well as Africa related questions. Next comes the case of ethics. So vaccine hesitancy was very much in news as people were hesitant. Some sections of society was hesitant to take the vaccines. So this highlights the lack of rationalism or the presence of prejudices. So use of persuasive methods were very much impactful in various areas. I have shared one example of Odisha Sarpanch who had used effective persuasion techniques to minimize the vaccine hesitancy in his village. So this example, that Odisha related example can be used in various cases like firstly about the question related to persuasion, then question related to prejudices, then question related to leadership. So these are some aspects where you can explore the COVID pandemic. So more such enriching videos to follow. So kindly subscribe and share the Telegram as well as the YouTube channel. And let's meet in the next video. Up till then, best of luck.